This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
This is Max Headroom, and what you're about to witness is one of the most sinister-sounding intros to a trailer to one of the greatest epics ever.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT in the D Show.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Dig you IT geeks. This is Dre Mateo from Sons of Anarchy. You are listening to IT in the D.
So what happens when you tap the angry beaver in the bunghole?
Exactly.
Come on, Christ. What the hell with this? I'm calling a break. We'll come back to the show.
What's up, everybody? This is Billy Zapka. Sweep the leg. Listening to IT in the D Show. No mercy.
Just where do you guys think you are?
The Library of Congress?
Detroit? Beyond the sun?
Any of those right? Hey guys, this is Ty Mogg, Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon. You're listening to the IT&D Show.
Networking Detroit, one beer at a time.
Hi, I'm Ernie Hudson, and you're listening to IT in the D. All you nerds out there.
Take him to Detroit.
No! No, not Detroit! No! No, please! Anything but that! No!
I used to hang out at the Magumbo Bar. It was a rough place, the seediest dive on the wharf, populated with every reject and cutthroat from Bombay to Calcutta. It's worse than Detroit.
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Then don't come. Shut up.
This is Robert Hayes, Lieutenant Stryker to my mother. When I'm not hanging out at the Magumbo Bar, I'm listening to the IT and the D Show. It's worse than Detroit.
Is there such thing as a meat hangover?
I love my Monday meat stick.
Turn your microphone off. Just get out.
Hi, this is Martin Cove, John Kreese from the Karate Kid movie, and you're listening to IT in the D.
I don't know who brought that bell in, but Bob's got a new toy.
Hi, I'm Brittany Daniel from The Game, and you're listening to IT in the D Show.
Hey, Jerry Slater. Hey, Jerry Slater.
Really good.
Hey, Johnny Slater.
The turf monster is in full effect here.
Hey, folks, this is WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and you're listening to the IT in the D Show. Tough guy. Ho!
You're not very informative, but wow, are you entertaining.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
The question isn't what are we going to do. The question is what aren't we going to do.
Ludicrous speed. Go!
Is this the moonshine?
I'm feeling the effects of Oktoberfest. It's episode 58, and we are live. Welcome to the IT and the D Show. We're sitting here in the Raw Radio X studios in the Russell Industrial Center, beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. As always, the show is hosted by Mr. Monday Night Bob, the sales guy, Dave the Geek, Jeff the Voice of Reason, and we are joined with Jeremiah, our resident Detroit expert, and we got Steve Gore in the house from Aero Strategy. He's going to be talking about some the event we got going on. He's our recruiter extraordinaire. So yeah, we're live. Episode is this 58?
58. It is 58.
Wow.
It was raining. Batman and Superman left the building, finally.
That's right. It rained on the slow roll. Aww.
Yeah. Aww. Ding.
Oh, yeah, you actually even have your bell.
I do. Here.
We were talking about on the elevator ride up that they once the Hollywood production left, they took all the lights with them. So now the parking lot is pitch black again.
Well, not only did they take their lights, they left the garbage.
That's right. They left all of the boats, and they're like totally destroyed. So I don't know what Batman and Aquaman are doing, but all of the boats are.
The parking lot's like Hulk smash.
Yeah, exactly. Like it looks like the minnow crashed on the island.
It looks like after they have one of those conventions at Belle Isle, and then all the cups are left. And it's like, you guys clean it up, Detroit.
Exactly.
You guys have tire lots. And
I thought it was like Bad Boys 2, where the boats were like rolling down the freeway and that kind of thing, because Michael Bay thought it would look cool.
That's like, look, I pull up and I go, they didn't clean their garbage? But yeah, apparently the Batmobile was driving around.
Nobody does when they come down.
Last week, I know. Last week, the Batmobile was driving around. Like while we were recording,
we were doing donuts in the parking lot.
Yeah, doing spin outs and everything. It's like, damn it, we missed it.
Did they find out who stole it? Because that's a great story.
That was a publicity stunt.
Yeah, that was a total blog bait stunt, no doubt.
Yeah.
Wait. The Batmobile got stolen in Detroit.
And that was to get morons like us going, this is why we can't have nice things,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Welcome to the D.
We're all idiots. We all fell for it, but then we all laughed at ourselves.
Right. But yeah, so I guess let's cover a little business. So we do have our big event on Thursday night. We'll get to that in a sec. You can find us at itandthed.com, at facebook.com/itandthed, and on Twitter we are at itandthed.
Hashtag itandthed.
You're
There's
a hashtag.
No hashtag. Let's just stop.
But yeah, I mean, as always, so I mean, our show is brought to you by Logicalis. You can find out more about them at us.logicalis.com.
And it's brought to you by.
And we also have a second sponsor that just came up.
Ding, ding, ding.
Quantum Storage. They're out at quantum.com. Bob, I think you know a little bit more about them than I do.
Yeah, they've been around for a long, long time. They're one of the original tape storage vendors.
Yeah.
They're a very niche player. Everyone does EMC and NetApp, right? Maybe a little HP, 3PAR.
What'd you call
Quantum
me?
is, I would just call them, they're a smaller niche player. If you want, better service and not those crazy prices from some of those guys, they're a good look to. For remote office storage, things like that. I don't know if it's going to go into your major, huge data center, but they're a really, really nice, small niche player. So yeah, we're happy to have them on board, quantum.com.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, and just given our collective condition after you with Oktoberfest this weekend, and then of course we had wrestling last night, I do feel that this is appropriate to drop in here right now.
No, forget the glass Woodhouse. Just give me the pitcher. For I am a sinner in the hands of an angry God. Bloody Mary, full of vodka, blessed
I could use the Bloody Mary this morning.
Pray for me now at the hour of my death, which I hope is soon.
Amen.
Didn't you say you didn't eat today until 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
It's not my. Yeah, I did. I swear I didn't. I couldn't. Like Friday, we go to Oktoberfest. It's the first one. And it's like you don't intend to drink all the things, but then you start running into people and they want to buy you shots, and then you have to reciprocate, and then it happens
snowballs
again
quickly.
and again. And then here I am wondering what I did this weekend. But yeah, it was a good time. I wore my lederhosen, and everybody made fun of me, and I don't care.
No, that's a tradition, right? I mean, it's not Oktoberfest without it, correct?
Nobody, it's just Bavarian, like Southern German. But you know, nobody, I was telling somebody, I go, a guy in a kilt, you wouldn't dare make fun of.
No.
I walk into a room and it's like Rodney Dangerfield cracking one-liners.
Like, where's the disconnect there? Why is one okay and not the other?
Because I'm a toaster. Are hilarious.
Yeah, because
That's
guys
why.
Or maybe because it's just you.
No, because there's guys in kilts not doing toaster strudel commercials and Ricola ads.
Ricola.
They mock themselves out of getting into submission.
Right.
It is what it is.
Toaster strudel. If I didn't hear that 47 times this weekend.
You deserved every single one of them.
I did. And no, the best part, you know what I love more about Oktoberfest? It's not going to the German festival.
Women in dirndls?
It's going to the... No, and women in dirndls. But it's going to the bar afterwards, and people look at you like you're a mutant.
Yeah.
Like
a normal American bar?
Yeah, we went to Rogers Roost afterwards to see Rockstar, and they looked at me like I was like, seriously. Like I had like...
You just step off a short bus.
Turds coming out of my ears.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, let's be... Rogers Roost is the land that time forgot.
Right.
So you've basically...
Still stuck in the 80s.
So you've still got people circa 1982 that are like, where'd you come from, boy?
You look mighty good. You look mighty good in them short suede shorts.
Somewhere off in the distance, a band
where the mullet still lives.
Right.
Oh no, that place is a time. It's a time capsule.
Yeah.
Same everything. Nothing's changed.
Same people. Same. Yeah. Which is one of the best parts about it. To be honest with you.
That's very rare that those places still exist. So yeah, you gotta take care of them.
The hipsters haven't ruined it yet.
Nope. No, they won't go near it.
That's right. So yeah, anybody.
Hold on. Let's
don't go.
Let's organize a special slow roll.
Yeah, exactly.
They get run over and crash it.
Yeah, no, it's not downtown. They won't go.
No, that's true.
Yeah, right. Slow
it's
roll
not cool enough.
Yeah, slow roll won't hit Shaner that high up. Yeah.
I wouldn't dare be caught dead in Sterling Heights.
It's a 586 area code.
Speaking of which, hang on.
Did you just jump up and down?
Yeah.
He
Friday.
really did.
I thought you were feeling the effects, Bob.
No, this is an amazing story, never to be told again. Remember I sent around that Metro Times article of the worst human being alive, and it's that hipster guy.
Oh, this was good.
And he was with the pocket square, and he had his little white pants.
I knew
and
like 4 people who knew that guy.
The self-proclaimed member of the Communist Party wearing a $600 outfit.
Yeah. So I go to 2 James to do a little sampling on Friday, and
lo and behold, this clown sits right next to me.
Phenomenal.
And I just start laughing because we were talking about him when I sat down. I said, I told the bartender, "Do you see this clown?"
You
in the
conjured
Metro
him
Times?"
up like the devil.
Yeah, and sure, she walks in. And Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Her eyes light up. I have to post this on the Facebook page of this guy, this clown. And he's in like a top hat and green pants and white shoes and a scarf and
my God,
in the middle. Yeah,
I reshared your link and I got 4 or 5 messages within 5 minutes. Oh, that guy. Oh yeah, that guy. And then what's even funnier, I had one of my friends is an actual communist party, like Lenin fan communist party members. Like he's not communist enough for us. It's like you're not even
because he's not wearing
communist.
He's not wearing olive drab uniforms.
Wait, so now
the proletariat doesn't look kindly on high-priced fashion.
Within the "you're not Detroit enough," there's actually a "you're not communist enough."
Yes,
faction.
I look forward to the conversation.
And there's a niche.
Wait, and you're surprised by this?
Not only you're commie, you're sub-commie.
I'm surprised there's communists, I guess,
still exist.
Yeah,
no, it's a big thing in the college campuses.
Yeah. They're called environmentalists now.
Where's McCarthy when you need him?
It was the first time in years since school,
and not Jenny.
This conversation was the first time since school I heard the term petite bourgeois. Like, seriously, they were so upset that he was out there, like, giving communism in Detroit a bad name.
A bad name.
Right, it's like, he is petit bourgeois.
He's not
representing the proletariat.
Because
I respect this friend of mine because I don't agree with communism, but I will respect you if that's actually what you believe.
Doesn't communism in Detroit give communism in Detroit a bad enough name? I mean, was that their problem?
Isn't that an oxymoron?
Like, he brought it to the limelight?
Well, Detroit is kind of a single-party city right now.
Right.
Yeah, and
Kinda?
Because even if you're a Republican, you're a Democrat here.
Yep.
So how does a communist buy these clothes, visit bars?
The clothes by you.
He's a communist to pick up ladies.
In Soviet Detroit, clothes by you.
No,
I don't know how this works.
You don't get dressed.
Then he walks in and buys a $60 bottle of bourbon and leaves with this like trail of like pixie dust and.
Oh, so it's like old school, like Gorbachev era communism.
All I know is it was like I saw a ghost and I couldn't stop laughing. Like it was just like I had Tourette's syndrome and I just stopped. And she's looking at me like, "Stop laughing," and I'm like, "No, I can't stop." Anyway, what's going on in the tech world?
I was going to say, what show is this, by the way?
Exactly. No, the biggest thing going on that we need to talk about is our event on Thursday night.
We do.
So we've got our Pink Slip Party event. For those of you not familiar,
where's it at, Dave?
It's at the Majestic.
We got asked today on Facebook, "Where's the event?" on the event page.
Yeah.
So I did the good old "let me Google that for you" link to him.
No, they asked, "Where's the Majestic?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I sent him back a "let me Google that for you" link.
Well,
so hopefully that worked.
On the event listing.
It's actually
it's all over our
page.
site.
The question was actually on the Facebook post that was the event listing.
Yeah.
It's at the Majestic, Midtown.
It's on
Woodward.
Can you find Woodward? If you can find Woodward, you're good.
Across from the new Hopcat, across from Union Street, underneath the Magic Stick, to the left of Sergeant Pepperoni's in the
Well, now you're just confusing me.
4120 Woodward Avenue.
I'm not going to lie. The one thing that does make me sad is that we're not going to have Mr. Steve's next door this time. So we're going to have to figure out.
Can we take the M1 rail to it?
Not yet.
No, okay. Maybe next year.
You could sign the rail today. They had the event. All the dignitaries were signing the rail.
Are you kidding me?
I'm serious.
I remember when we used to flatten pennies on the rails.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we need to go to.
It'll be ready in 2025, Jeff. We can ride it then.
Yeah, can we?
That'd be great.
That'd be great. Yeah.
And all the cars will be decorated WADL stickers.
But see, we'll get here. Get to Grand Boulevard, and then you got to walk the rest of the way here.
Damn it.
Yeah, so Thursday night, the Majestic, for those of you who don't know, we do two kinds of events. We have our smaller, casual networking. Yes, that voodoo that we do so well.
But it's not doo-doo.
No, well, it depends on who you ask.
It's going to be one of those shows.
Pretty much,
really
yeah.
is. So we've got our smaller casual networking events, which are the ones like at Blackfin, where we had 150 or so odd people show up. Those are casual meet and greets, just get to know people in the industry, expand your network, that kind of things. Then we've got, kind of as a self-defense mechanism, we started this Pink Slip Party idea back in 2009.
Why, Dave?
Because more than half the people that were showing up at our events weren't looking to meet people. They were looking for a job.
Not only that, job fairs suck.
Well, exactly. And so you've got that combination, and now it's...
Do we have that .com, by the way? Jobfairsuck.com.
We should make that happen.
Make that happen.
Yeah, I'll get on GoDaddy.
Yeah, right along with, don't forget Rebooty. Detroit.
Rebooty.com.
Only $375
while you're organizing.
Yeah.
No, so, and then you couple that with the fact that the job market has really turned on its ear. And we'll get into this with Steve a little bit later, I'm sure. But in 2009, when we started these, we did it because...
It's available.
Make that happen. Basically, job seekers were dying for FaceTime with recruiters. They couldn't get a phone call. They couldn't get a return email. They couldn't get a response to their resume or anything. And now it's 180, like late 2012 was when it really started shifting. And now recruiters are the ones that are beating down our doors saying, when's your next big event? When's your next big event? Because they can't find qualified people.
The upper hand's on the other foot.
Well, the one thing, the best, I guess, what happens at these events is it's an open mingle thing. It's not like you're going to a table with 150 guys and they're handing you a postcard
that says "Go apply online."
Go apply online.
Go apply online. Actually, handing out 5,000 resumes.
The people that are actually hiring that actually understand what Java is versus what coffee. No, it's the people that are actually hiring.
A job at Starbucks. What?
But you're having real conversations, and the feedback. Steve, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But a lot of feedback we get from the recruiting community is you've taken my time to hire down from posting a job online, getting 300 resumes versus meeting 3 or 4 people, interviewing 2, hiring 1.
Absolutely, these events are great. I've talked to people all the time, and they go, "It's all who you know."
Oh, it's a cliche for a reason that it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Exactly.
There's a reason why it's a cliche.
They go applying online is a waste of time. It's all about who you know. And at these events, we meet so many people, and it's funny. We meet everybody. And like you said, it's an open mingle. So I'm talking to other recruiters. I'm talking to other people. We're seeing who's going on, what's going on out there. And a lot of people come to these events, too, that have jobs.
Yeah, they're just looking.
Well, and the passive candidates. I mean, that's the gold, is the passive candidate who's got a job, somebody you want to, that's ready to work.
Well, in your organization, you as an account manager and recruiters are not threatened by other companies being there. Like you're talking to what are essentially competitors in the industry, but they're not. I mean, it's all
Well, I mean, it's
collective pie.
If I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. One of the coolest things to me.
So outright outlook is what I was trying to say.
One of the coolest things to me is when we have. And we hear this from job seekers all the time. You know what? I talked to so-and-so at such and such company. She didn't have anything for me, but you know what? She referred me over to this other company.
Yeah.
And she sent me over to her competitor. And I got a job. I mean, that's the cool thing. I mean, that's kind of what we foster with the group.
Well, one of the big things is you mentioned people
more camaraderie than anything else.
Yeah, but the people that have a job that are there, they get the factor is like, I hope nobody's here from my work. I got that like 10 times last event. Was
but that's par for the course. I mean, that's
what are you doing here? What are you doing here?
But that's why we
the IT industry is a small world in Metro Detroit. But everyone knows. I mean, hell, Dave and I joke about it all the time. We both have full-time jobs. We both have side jobs.
Right.
Everyone's either looking passively or actively.
Well, or not only that, but I mean, the out is there. It's at its core, yes, even though it's jobs focused, it is still a networking event. Yes. They just get bigger than our casual ones because the media latches onto it because Pink Slip Party is a cutesy name. And
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a networking event. So no, you don't have to worry about who from your job is there because you're just there to meet people in the industry and hang out and have a beer.
Right.
It's not a brothel.
No.
You're going to be there.
The Crickets app.
You're going to be there for other reasons. That's my point.
Wow.
You're not obviously cheating.
That's our new tagline. Hey, come to the Pixel Party. It's not a brothel.
IT and the D, not a brothel.
IT and the D, show up for other reasons.
Looping back to a previous episode, IT and the V.
Right. Still not a brothel. But yes, I mean it's going to be a good night.
We're expecting probably 125 recruiters and hiring managers.
Yep. Probably. And we're bringing Falling Down Beer in with
over
us.
1,000 jobs, at least over 1,000.
Yeah. But yeah, we're bringing Falling Down Beer in with us, and
Valentine Vodka.
Mark is actually. I still haven't heard back from Rufino. I got to give him a call and see what he wants to do. But Mark, one of the owners of Falling Down, is going to be hanging out there with gift cards, coupons, all that kind of stuff.
He's just going to be walking the floor. He's not going to be actually behind the bar, right?
Oh no, we actually set him up at a table.
Set him up. Okay, yeah.
So people can learn about Falling Down.
Fantastic.
We're going to have the beer behind the bar. Might as well have the guy behind the beer behind the bar.
That was very meta.
The man
Say
behind
that
the
10
man?
times fast.
The bump on the frog and the log in the middle of the hole.
The guy behind the guy behind the guy.
Yeah. But no, so, I mean, it should be really
Exactly.
good. But yes, and then Valentine, we've got their vodka, their gin, their whiskey coming in, and yeah, still trying to work out the logistics with Rufino on whether or not he's going to be there. But yeah, I mean, it should be a really good night. They're always a little overwhelming, even for us.
A little?
Yeah.
Just a tad.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where, you get a room with 800, 900 odd people in it, it gets intimidating. And, it's like we've always told people, you know what, it's like walking into a bar. You don't look at all the pretty shiny bottles behind the bar and go, ooh, I have to have one of each in the next 15 minutes. No, come with a friend, hang out.
Yeah, it's the
work
buddy
your way through
system,
the
right?
room.
We've talked about this before. I mean, the typical IT person is not necessarily an extrovert, and they're shy, and this is a huge, intimidating event. Come with a buddy.
Or for the extroverts like me going, I need to meet everyone.
That's right. I must have all the bottles behind the bar.
Bounce.
Yeah, exactly. No, and like we said, at the end of the day, we've always said the acid test of any group, any event that you go to with any group, whether it's ours or not, and this especially holds true with us, is find the organizers. You know what? Find Jeff, find Bob, find me, and tell us what you're looking for. Whether you're a recruiter, whether you're somebody looking for a gig, whether you're just somebody looking to hang out and meet other people in the industry, find us, tell us what you're looking for. Odds are good. We at least know the people in the room.
Point you in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, we know the people in the room that have been around long enough for us to get to know them, and so we can at least point you in the right direction.
We're like the real live LinkedIn. Like, we can actually refer somebody that actually we know.
Traffic cop. That's what I do at these events.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't actually know them.
Yeah, I've got 5,000 connection, but I don't actually know them.
LinkedIn, you're
That's because you're a lion.
Yeah, no, not me.
A LinkedIn open network.
Yeah, it's the Microtroid.
Yeah, it's actually coming up. Don't we do the annual LinkedIn purge every October? That's like a thing now, isn't it? Like we going through.
LinkedIn made it too hard. Yeah. It's like a whole day to do that crap.
It needs to happen, though.
I know.
Anyway, what else we got?
Oh, we had a ton of stuff. Done. Well, I mean, we have Comcast War on Tour. That's always entertaining. For those that don't know, and we've talked about it on the show a few times, Tor, the Onion router and the Onion and the dark web and all that fun stuff. Comcast has started basically getting in touch with their customers and saying, hey, we're noticing that you're on Tor. We don't want you to be on Tor.
But I thought that was the whole...
Stop doing that immediately.
Wait, that was the whole point of Tor, is that people don't know you're on Tor.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So how do they know?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, when you have a...
that's a lot of beer.
No, it's not. When you have... it's no different than, okay, so if you have an Onion router and you have, like, one of the Tor browsers and all that kind of stuff,
okay,
you still make your initial connection
to your ISP
over a specific protocol. And so it's really, hey, you're using FTP traffic. Hey, you're sending emails. I mean, it's no different than being able to say, hey, you know what? We've noticed that, coming through our routers.
So what is Comcast afraid, or what are they threatening with? To throttle them?
They're actually threatening to shut off, to terminate their contract, because they said, look, and even in the letters that were posted, in the conversations that were posted, and all that stuff, even Comcast says, look, we can't know what you're doing once you're on it.
They're just assuming that it's bad because you're on Tor.
Exactly.
Which is essentially what Tor is for anyway. But
right.
That's kind of,
it's the whole, you're in a bad part of town, so therefore you must...
Can we comment on Bob with this Slim Jim right now?
I have never seen a man struggle.
He's actually been working on it for like 5 minutes.
Can't open the damn thing.
For Christ's sake, just give it to me.
He's going to interrupt to ask if someone had a knife.
But let me open your food for you, Bob.
No, Comcast is trying to be... I was listening to you guys. Comcast is trying to be the Minority Report for the internet. Like,
give me another one.
yeah, basically predictive analysis. Yeah,
right.
We're just going to assume that you're doing something wrong.
This is a drug dealing neighborhood, and you're driving your car.
Right.
So.
Yeah. How is that not profile? It's internet profiling. That's all it is.
Right.
So is there going to be a countersuit or some sort of, is this going to... It can't really go that far up the flagpole because it's the Tor network, right? So they can't get that much...
Well, no, but I mean, it's...
publicity.
Hold on. Let me break this. What's Comcast worried about?
Being lumped into a lawsuit. Being lumped into being guilty by association. If you're using their network...
You're the ISP that enabled all the celebrity photos to leak because
isn't the whole thing,
you're the ISP that's releasing
you're complying
all those...
with terms and conditions. That was the whole thing. Back when I was selling data center space, and the porn host guys were coming in, and it was kind of an ethics thing going, do I host it? And I go, as long as they comply with our T's and C's, I don't really care. All I see is in the Adele server, for crying out loud, Shouldn't that be Comcast's position?
Yeah, it should.
I think they're trying to take the high road to prove a point.
Nah, I don't even know that it's necessarily the high road. I think they're actually trying to take the weasel road, the same way that 4chan and Reddit and all those guys that are all of a sudden coming up with, DMCA policies and we're not going to be a part. I mean, that's what we talked about last week.
But what about the backstory? Because reality is Yahoo was threatened with a $250,000 fine
per day.
Per day for not complying with the PRISM program. So we don't know what's behind this, and it's very, very plausible something like that could be.
So are you insinuating that the NSA is pressuring Comcast to put pressure?
We don't have evidence one way or the other in this specific case, but we know it's plausible.
There's a precedent because of the Yahoo thing.
All right, and everyone else, right? Because if they threatened Yahoo, they threatened everybody else.
Well, Yahoo's the only one that actually came public with it.
So what happens is, this is what always happens with this kind of stuff. You're going to shut Tor down, and someone's going to
pop up,
and then Rot will open,
and there's going to be 100 of them that are going to open up.
It's whack-a-mole.
Because shutting down Napster completely eliminated file sharing.
Oh, it did. It totally did. Yeah. How'd that work out for you? Not.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. We are actually bouncing up against the first break already.
Let's just not take one.
We have tons of stuff to get to. We have guests. We have fun. We have toys. We have more Pink Slip Party fun and excitement to get to. So yeah, we'll burn through the break and then we'll come back with more fun and excitement.
This is the IT in the D Show.
We'll be right back.
IT in the D. Read, meet, listen. Networking Detroit, one beer at a time.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
And we are back. Segment 2, episode 58. This is the IT in the D Show. We're sitting here in the Raw Radio X studios in the Russell Industrial Center, beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. This is Bob the Sales Guy here with David Geek, Jeff the Voice Reason, Jeremiah, and Mr. Steve Gore from Arrow.
Jeremiah.
If you want to catch us online, itinthed.com, facebook.com/itinthed.
No hashtag.
Twitter, hashtag #itinthed.
@itinthed.
You're at.
And hey, if you want to call in, feel free. It's 313-462-0107.
So if you missed the first segment, we do our Pink Slip Party is coming up on Thursday the 18th, 5 o'clock until ? At the Majestic Theater in also beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. Up on, what was it, 41-something 100 Woodward?
4120.
40.
There's a niner in there. It doesn't matter. Just look for it.
It's on Woodward.
4120.
Keep driving on Woodward until you find it.
Here, let me Google that for you.
Right.
And if you hit the river, turn around.
That's
right. Yeah, don't drive on the blue roads, no matter what the map says. Yeah. So one of it's been a common recurring theme, and I feel like before we dive in with the guest, we have to get to this one. So Uber has now announced the next evolution of their business plan, which is
they're listening.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're listening. I'm just saying
they're listening.
Bob's dream is coming true, where Uber will run your errands for you now.
We're writing another business plan.
So, Bob,
no, I need
just do it.
So, when you call Uber and then you tell them you want Slim Jims and some Better Made popcorn, they will drive. See, there's a flaw to this business. That means I have to get out of my desk chair and I have to go down the stairs.
There's still effort required.
And I have to answer the door and I have to tip the guy. I want an app on my phone that unlocks my front door. The guy can come up.
They have that.
To my desk and set the stuff right next to me so I don't have to get up and I can keep doing whatever. I don't have to interrupt my day. And he can give me my popcorn and my Slim Jim and my orange vitamin emergency or whatever the hell else I need. And then I can push the button on my phone to lock the door after he leaves. And if he needs to use the bathroom, so be it. But I don't know.
Where did that come from?
I don't want to have to get up and go down and answer the door. So that Uber is not fulfilling my dreams. That is not my utopia.
But it's one step closer. It's in the right direction.
Jimmy John's delivers, though. I want more.
Does Jimmy John's come into your house?
No, I want them to come to my house.
So what you're saying is you need the integration between the Uber API and your Comcast home security system.
Yes.
Well, they have apps that you can hook up to your door lock and unlock your doors.
Yeah, exactly. Alarm.com. Yeah.
Get all that, wired together, have alarm.com hook up with Uber.
I'm getting very close to becoming Cartman in the World of Warcraft episode, where like if I have to go to the bathroom, I'm screaming for my mom to bring the bucket to my chair.
Do you also just keep a bottle like right next to your desk, just not even get up for it?
There's actually a urinal next to his park lounger.
Order number 1 will be the trucker's buddy that just runs down his leg and
the lawn chair with the garbage bag underneath.
Yeah, outstanding.
You know what? I don't see it being a good idea. Like, what are you going to tell them? I need a pack of smokes and a thing of Skoal. Can you bring it to my house?
Go get my dry cleaning. Go stop at my house and pick up stuff that has to go to FedEx.
It's only going to take one time for this to be abused, and it's going to get shut down.
It's going to work a lot better in cities like New York, where people commonly do that.
Head down to 8 Mile.
We don't ever think about doing it here, but like in Manhattan, it's just like common. Like people just
what's common.
They have concierge service.
It's basically it's basically disintermediating the concierge market, which is only big in really dense cities.
No. Back up, Kojak. Disintermediating.
What's the big words?
Yeah, where's that bell?
Show.
Pivot.
Hit the bell.
Pivot you out of here.
That's right. Slow clap for Jeremiah once again.
Next thing Jeremiah's going to tell us that his grandpa invented Uber.
7 syllables. It was just too much for you.
Yeah, there's no 7-syllable words allowed on this show.
My grandpa invented concierge service. It's garbage.
No, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, it's not a horrible idea. I mean, I can see it. I don't know that it'll be used as frequently as the Uber service itself.
No, giving you part of your life back. For people that work full time, like me and my wife. Hey, if you can have my dry cleaning at my front door, it's kind of like it's my Amazon Prime for my stuff.
Right. Go. You know what? Pick up my kids from school and drop them off at the house.
Oh my God!
Now that would be fantastic. Can you take them to dance class and swim class?
That's the worst call when it was like 4:00 today, and I get Auburn Elementary. It's like your kids are in the office. I'm like, I forgot to pick up my children. Come on.
At least you didn't leave them in the car.
No. They already know that it's no big deal. Because I thought they'd be crying, and they're like, Daddy, we know, this will happen like a dozen times this year.
They've already been conditioned.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so are they going to take...
Father of the Year award is not coming your way.
So if you're an Uber limo driver... Do you want to get some clown's dry cleaning? I guess if they're paying you, who cares, right?
Right.
Yeah, who cares what the cargo is? It's like Han Solo. I don't care what they haul.
I'm going to guess it's probably going to be the Uber X people who do
Han Solo said that?
I don't know. Just make it up. Just roll with it.
That's right. Point A to point B, no questions asked.
That's right.
Are people using Uber X?
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
Really?
The usage keeps going up and up.
Why?
And there hasn't been an incident
yet? Well, a few
yet?
reasons. Cabs in this town
don't exist.
Uber X, though, is the Toyota Corolla.
Because it's cheaper.
Okay.
That's just the bottom line. Like, to the usual person, unless you're going out trying to impress somebody, there is zero reason to get an Uber. Get an Uber X.
What was the guy that...
I don't want to drive in someone's Prius.
Yeah, but what was the guy driving when we did Uber for Motor City Comic Con? He wasn't driving a limo. He was driving some little hatchback
it was an Uber black car.
Yeah, I thought that was an Uber X.
No?
At that point in the night, I don't even remember it.
The guy that came and picked us up at 2:00 in the morning was an Uber X.
Well, it's a pretty price sensitive market because lately Uber X and Lyft have been going back and forth on pricing, especially here in the Detroit market. And whichever one's cheaper, more people use.
I've never seen one
actually using Lyft.
Have you ever seen one Lyft car? Because aren't they supposed to have that stupid pink mustache on the grill?
No.
Did they do away? I thought they did away with that.
Attention to me, boy. I'm not just talking to hear my head roar.
I don't like
You
the
had that
mustache.
queued up?
What
was that for?
I don't like the mustache on the car. I don't. It's stupid. It's ridiculous.
Who wasn't paying attention with Yosemite
Oh,
Sam?
no, that's for the mustache.
Yeah.
You get a fist bump, too.
That's the first thing I thought. What's with all the stupid pink mustaches?
Yeah.
Mustaches are funny.
Well, remember the launch event we went to, which...
Yeah.
Here, I can tell you the point of that. It has us talking about it. There you go.
And it goes really well in cities like San Francisco or Portland or whatever. It doesn't really translate well in the Midwest. Like, cutesy things work on the coasts. The Midwest, we don't care.
No.
We want it to show up. We want it to work.
I want it to be effective and efficient and reliable.
And I want you to bring me my stuff when I need it.
Although the one that does make me laugh, and there was a story floating around, it's actually from a couple weeks ago, and we never got to it, but Whisper, that fun little app, was actually...
Let me guess, it doesn't have the E at the end. It's just Whisper. P-R.
It's 2 R's.
Whisper.
Love you, Amanda.
But they were noticing a trend where basically people are posting about either wanting to or actually having had sex with their Uber/Lyft drivers.
What?
And that
My
was
first
a
Lyft
thing.
driver was pretty attractive.
What was his name?
Boom, boom, ching.
But it was. I mean, it was like Whisper came out and said that. I mean, it was like a trending topic that people were posting about, and it was really like that's the.
So that escalated quickly.
That sounds like a reality show. Like pick up your Uber X or Lyft driver.
Yeah.
Like that sounds like something that should be game showified and put on the Fox network.
Unbelievable.
It'll be a reality show soon.
Yeah. Well, no, that was a reality show way back in the
Taxi Cab
day.
Confessions.
Taxi Cab Confessions. That's right.
I took actually the lady when I was in Vegas.
Back in the 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah, but the lady, the lady in Vegas, she was kind of a bigger lady, and she had a real strong New York accent. She picked me up in Vegas. I was with one of my coworkers.
Nice.
Oh, the conversation was absolutely hilarious. But the first thing I go, oh, Taxi Cab Confessions. Oh, crap, did I just ruin my chance to be on the show? She's like, we don't, and in the daytime, we film nothing.
Yeah,
the crazies come out at 4 a.m.
Yeah. Well, yeah, why even bother? It'd be the dumbest show ever.
Yeah.
So, speaking of crazy, let's see. So, you have an iPhone. iPhone? How's that U2 album working out for you guys?
It was force-fed to me on Tuesday afternoon or whenever it came down. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, for those that weren't in the know, apparently U2 struck some deal with Apple.
I did not finally find what I was looking for.
Right. Still.
But I'm bummed.
So you get mad about Facebook Messenger, but say nothing about the U2 album. Nothing.
Yeah, everybody's all up in arms.
You didn't just say you can download it for free. Oh, no, you got it. It was...
Because, oh, by the way, if they can cram that down to your phone, guess what else they can cram down to your phone?
A whole lot of poo-poo.
Well, you have to clarify this. It wasn't actually downloaded to your iDevice. It was actually in your iCloud account. So a lot of people didn't even I didn't even know it was there until I went back and watched part of the keynote from Tuesday from their big announcements. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about with this U2 thing? Because everyone started complaining about it. And it wasn't on my phone. I'm like, well, I felt like an outsider. Like, I didn't get it. I'm not on the no-tell list. And I realized I had to activate the actual download itself for it to get sucked down to the phone.
Apologist.
So no, I'm just like, but people are still out there saying,
well, then what's the problem? It's a free album and you don't have to download it.
That's what I don't get. It's like, why is everyone bitching about this?
Because I didn't download it.
I didn't download it. I haven't even listened to it yet.
No.
I don't even care. Like, who cares if it's on my phone or not, in my cloud or whatever? I don't give a shit.
I mean, if
you're such an apologist. Oh my god.
It's Apple, so it's okay.
Wait, no.
We're saying the time-honored tradition of inappropriate kvetching has happened here.
No. Let me clarify. I am not saying that this is okay. I'm saying that I don't understand why people are getting pissed about it.
Make it a free album to download. Don't
because they're cramming stuff into your iCloud account.
They just push.
Why?
They just tested something that they could push anything, and people are going to gleefully go wee instead of giving you the option. Just make it free in the iTunes catalog. If I want to pull it, I'll pull it. Don't push it.
So is the angst that if Google did this would you
absolutely? I don't want them pushing crap to me. I want to pull. Make it free.
Did you get that?
Thank you. Because it's true. Don't.
No, I totally get it. I totally understand.
Because they just, who knows what's next, and they use this as a barrier entry.
Well, what's interesting is the little app that Apple released as a response to all the people getting pissed off that you can now
it was not
remove it. Well, now it's if you remove it, you can't download it again. So it's like one and done.
Well,
you can't download it again if you remove it.
Because you said you didn't want it.
Right.
Why would you then want it?
Because as soon as you don't want it, you want it.
Exactly.
I got that flu shot to keep me from getting the flu.
And it gave me the flu.
And then I was really pissed off because I didn't get the flu.
I didn't get the flu.
No, the flu shot gives
So
you
then
the
I
flu.
started licking doorknobs until I could get the flu.
Right.
Yeah. If you actually go to the Apple support page, it's got this little download tool thing. It actually says if you remove the album, you won't be able to download it again.
I think I put it on the IT and the D page on Sunday or something, like the most important thing you'll read today.
Absolutely. That was fantastic.
How to get rid of this stupid U2 album. Bono can stick it up his ass, as far as I'm concerned.
You gotta wonder how many people have actually listened to the album. I haven't even listened to it.
Nobody.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be on an Apple commercial running every 30 seconds to the end of time.
Well, they're like, everyone was like saying like, oh, this is so cool that U2 is still relevant. And
They're
people
not.
are like on the other side of the coin saying, well, they're only relevant because Apple's paying them money to be in their keynotes.
To be relevant.
Yeah, exactly.
Did they say what they paid them yet?
Well, that was the other thing is they haven't disclosed the deal between U2 and Apple because obviously U2 themselves is missing out on I don't know how many millions of dollars that people would have otherwise purchased this album.
Nobody would have bought it.
So I heard a little bit different.
It's their first new album in 5 years. So
No
I don't
one
know.
cares.
well, that no one makes money off their albums.
The new
anymore.
Creed album is coming out right afterwards. No one crickets.
They make it all on touring, so
Yeah, exactly.
The merchandising, the T-shirts.
You know what the new thing is in the concert industry that pissed me off is the Motley Crue concert I went to. Tickets were like $200, but I got a $75 voucher for merch.
What?
Which I didn't want. So like they forced me to buy their stupid T-shirt that I didn't want.
Genius.
Is it?
Excellent.
No, it's a crabby move, but
right because the T-shirt
genius
costs
for getting idiots like you to go spend $75 at the gift shop.
But they forced it. Cause they give me a voucher. It's not like so you either say it was free or I overspent my ticket by
Right.
Regardless, it was I got 3 Motley Crue T-shirts I'll never wear again.
Like half your closet. So yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Wrestling T-shirts and Motley Crue T-shirts. But yeah, I found that interesting. I wonder how many people are going to jump on that bandwagon to do that.
Right.
So, speaking of bandwagon, one of the things that we've also yapped about every now and then is, there's the whole, the backlash and the lawsuits that creep up every now and then about online reviews. There's been a couple of cases making their way through the courts about somebody getting sued after posting a negative review and yada, yada, yada. California's actually introduced legislation trying to stop it and basically protecting people, that post on whether it's Yelp or Google Plus or, wherever else that there's an online review posted, that you won't be able to be sued. No legal action for your whatever you post online.
Whistleblower protection.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest. Like, I've seen some really, really stupid, petty,
scathing,
crappy, based on nothing more than a personal vendetta opinions.
All the Yelp reviews are 1s or 5s.
By and large,
it's just like iTunes reviews, 1s or 5s.
It's the best sandwich ever, or oh my god, I had to wait an extra 3 minutes to get my second drink refill. This place sucks. Don't go.
Right? Yeah, I didn't get a pickle. 1 star.
There was dust on the counter. I'm appalled.
Oh, the petty reviews. I remember we were at Rogers Roost. I wrote a review just to combat. Everybody's expecting it to be. It had crappy decor like a cheap TGI Fridays. I'm like, do you guys realize this place has been here since
Rogers
63?
Roost.
Like, it's not.
This place was here before TGI Fridays.
It will be here after
TGI Fridays.
Can we talk about that real quick? That chain is dead. The last few times I've went, there was nobody at TGI Fridays. That is such a foregone. I'd be amazed if they're going to be around in 3 or 4 years.
Did you read that article
Well,
of the lady?
we were there on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
But did you read that article of that writer who went to TGI Fridays and had like their endless appetizers and like practically killed herself?
The commercial.
No, but this was a blogger who practically killed herself on like mozzarella sticks for 24 hours. She spent like the entire day eating endless appetizers and noting the decor, and it's actually quite a funny read.
All you can eat doesn't mean you should eat
again,
all of
just
it.
because you can doesn't mean you should.
You here 4 hours, you know eat no vegetable.
Right, no buffet for you.
Well,
Oh no, big boy, you go now.
But speaking of other places, then Olive Garden too, and all the stuff that's been the news about them this
Their
week.
stupid analyst had no more all-you-can-eat breadsticks.
What?
Yeah, but they also said
one of
that
their
Olive Garden
investors-
doesn't salt the water, which is something you should do when you cook pasta.
I'm a German. I don't know what the hell those.
You don't know what pasta is.
No, but one of their shareholders says Olive Garden. Did you read this?
No,
Olive Garden stopped doing free breadsticks.
What?
And Olive Garden
All
said,
right, so they're going to go under.
I don't know why they haven't already. That food's it's toilet. It's all.
It's mass market Italian food. It's not. It is what it is. I mean, it's like every other. Well, but again, I mean, that's where you get into the whole the battles on Yelp. And by the way, we've actually got the community manager for Yelp joining us in 2 weeks here.
Damage control.
Well, let's talk about this then.
Well, I know. So I mean, it's one of those things where it is. Well, where do I find authentic Mexican? Authentic.
Go to Mexico.
China. Yeah, exactly.
Go to Mexico.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of that, so have you ever read like TripAdvisor?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So the best TripAdvisor ratings are hilarious because we'll start out with like 0 stars. Our flight was delayed. They lost our bags. And I go, wait, what does this have to do with the resort I'm looking at?
Yeah, what is it? Yeah, there's nothing to do with the hotel.
Yeah, the Louis C.K. thing on that
Oh
is
my
amazing.
God! Yeah, what happened next? Did you actually partake in the miracle of flight?
Exactly.
Yeah, you're going like 500 miles.
You're flying 600 miles an hour.
In a chair in space.
You're in a chair 30,000 feet going from New York to L.A. in 6 hours.
Instead of 6 months.
Right.
Still, people used to die doing that.
Yeah. You never played Oregon Trail? Come on.
You would leave with your family, and you'd get there with an entirely new family.
Right. Yeah. Half of you wouldn't even make it.
If you get one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
That's still the best 4-minute bit ever.
You're like, I was stuck in a tarmac for 30 minutes. Like, ooh.
Worst.
What happened next? Did you
ever?
Well, no, because the funniest thing was, he goes, the guy next to me, he goes, it was the first flight they had Wi-Fi on. And he goes, and then he goes, like 30 minutes in, the captain comes on and says, well, I'm sorry, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. He goes, the Wi-Fi's not going to work. And the guy looks at me and he goes, this is bullshit. And he goes, it's something you didn't have up until now, and this is going to ruin your day because it's
yeah, how soon the world owes you something that you didn't know existed 30 seconds ago.
So hashtag first world problems.
I just summed up Yelp reviews. It was like,
meanwhile, at the Detroit Fire Department.
What now? The
whole pop can thing.
Oh, yeah, that was great. I thought that
we talked about that last week.
I thought that was an Onion article.
We talked about that last week
a little bit. But what's making me laugh now is that you've got all of these out-of-state companies that are stepping up and saying, "Oh,
donating.
We'll design, this kind of system for you and that kind of system for you."
Didn't 3 kids do it?
I'm waiting for. Well, yeah.
Aren't there companies that do this?
2 tin cans and wax string. I'm pretty sure that was done by 4.
It was my 7-year-old science project.
Yeah, I'm floored. Like I don't understand why.
So is the can.
Yeah, I don't understand why it's such a complicated process. Like, I get that things get out of date and that kind of stuff, but why you're relying on a software company from North Carolina to come in?
Well,
and
they've made no decisions around this. This is just companies who've just came in out of the blue and offered, and actually they've just gotten a big PR.
Well, it's kind of sad is the fact that this actually made national news, so other cities
because
are
the visual was so
up.
good. The visual was so good. There's no way you could deny it, right?
Yeah,
it's a completely
printer spits out a piece of paper, knocks over pop can.
Right.
Hey, fire!
Yeah, exactly, and it just fits into that narrative of Detroit. So it makes perfect sense it would go there.
Yeah, we built we built ourselves a Rube Goldberg contraption in order to know when a fire is breaking out downtown.
What happens when you call 911?
They don't have brakes in their trucks. They gotta stick their feet out, smoking boots.
Fred Flintstone.
Sadly, there really are a lot fewer brakes on those fire engines than we'd like to know. Yeah,
I don't want to know.
Yeah, those things are maintained.
Now landing at gate 18.
19.
There's nothing kind of like an oh crap moment when you are looking at a house fire and then you look over and you see the water tank engine just spewing water all over the street because the tank doesn't hold water. So they're rushing to get the water out the hose before it comes out the bottom of the truck.
You know what they should do for fire departments?
That's just fantastic.
No, hold on.
Duct tape?
No, you know what they should do with fire departments? Kind of like gangs in New York, where they used to have the companies, and like the first one there, like gets the money, so then like, the 2 companies like beat the hell out of each other for the work. That's how they should make fire departments nowadays.
Capitalism.
Exactly.
Never mind the people's livelihood and the actual lives.
No, and film it. And then
reality show.
That's how
right.
Just keep booing Joe Nathan. He'll come up with another 50 G's, and pretty soon,
yeah, exactly.
He's doing enough games. All of a sudden,
here comes a fire truck. Here comes a fire truck. They get out with their axes. They beat the hell out of each other. Then whoever, like a couple of them might be left, and they put out the fire.
Whichever one survives.
If the Lions lose more than 5 games this year, everyone on the team should have to donate money.
So they're going to donate money
October 20th.
It's just a way to fund the fire department.
Didn't that already happen?
Speaking of second, we're up on a break.
We are. Damn it.
Yeah. We will. We'll be back with some more chicanery and goodness. This is
we'll dive back into the Pink Slip Party. We'll talk with Steve. All kinds of fun.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
IT and the D. Read, meet, listen. Networking Detroit. One beer at a time.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
One of the best companies to work for in Michigan for 9 consecutive years. 3-time Best of the Best award winner. The 5th fastest growing staffing firm in the country. Sound like a place you'd like to work? Aero Strategies is hiring experienced recruiters. If your current employer is stopping you from maximizing your potential earnings and abilities, join Aero Strategies. Our unique performance-driven environment will position you to be the best. Grow your recruiting career. Call me at 248-502-2500 and ask for Kelly. 248-502-2500.
Hey, Steve, is Kelly single?
Does she live alone?
We're back, segment 3, episode 58 of the IT and the D Show. We're here in the Raw Radio X Studios in the Russell Industrial Center, beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan.
And Steve gets called in HR tomorrow morning.
This is Bobby Sales Guy.
Say a word.
Yeah, it wasn't me, I swear to God.
She is married. She is married.
We're here with Dave the Geek, Jeff the Voice of Reason, Jeremiah, and Steve from Aero Strategies. And find us at itandthd.com. All that good stuff.
All that good stuff.
Facebook.com.
You should email her. Maybe I'll bring her down on Thursday.
Yeah.
If you guys can get some emails out, I'll bring her down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, do it.
So, let's dive in, Steve. So, Aero Strategies, you guys are a staffing company out here, and you've been involved in damn near all of our events since day one. So, what kind of gigs is Aero, what are you looking for these days? I mean, what are you looking for, and specifically, what are you looking for Thursday? What advice do you have for folks that are coming out, probably for their first time?
Absolutely. So one of the things we're looking, we have been here for a while, which is pretty crazy. I remember the first Pink Slip party. It was nuts.
Back at Blackfin. Yeah,
there was people lining up. They're trying to give me resumes, and I'm holding a beer in a hand, and I'm like, what do you want me to do with this resume right now? No, this is not how it works. Here's my card. Send me your resume. They're waiting for us, but now it's a little bit different. There's not a skill set we don't need right now.
Really?
That's a broad stroke.
Yeah, it is. But it's crazy in that aspect. We need good project managers. We need people with PMO experience. We need project managers that are just overall solid in general.
Actually, here's a good question just about PMs in particular, because, this is a trend that I've noticed that I'm actually really happy about, is one of the things that I'm seeing more and more of is the days of the business-only PM are pretty much gone. More and more people are looking for PMs with a technical background, mostly because you're going to have to deal with a technical team.
Yeah, infrastructure, SSR,
and don't get snowed.
Because I'm PMP. Dynamite. Sorry.
Get it.
That's all I was stuck in my head.
No, 100% true. 100% true. Now, believe me, there's definitely your process PMs. There's going to be your PMs that are dealing with business only. However, a lot of what we're seeing is...
Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
The notorious PMP?
Yeah, there you go. Is your very specific project-focused folks. So whether it's implementing a call center, some specific software, whatever it is, we definitely see that.
Oh, so good, a good specific set of experience.
Yes, exactly. So not only have...
hey, I passed my PMP, life's great. Yeah.
Exactly. The one thing that's always a challenge... Believe me, there's a lot of good PMs out there.
Right.
However, what we always hear is if you're a project manager, you can manage any project. It's true to some extent. But that's not why they want to hire. Companies want to hire.
Well, didn't we have that?
Right.
Didn't we have that conversation? I brought a guy in that had a project management experience from the construction industry.
Yeah.
And he wanted to transition into IT, and he thought it was succinct.
Apples to apples. It's not so much.
It's not at all.
I remember the phone calls that I had with him.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't understand waterfall. I don't understand agile.
Then you're not going to,
Well, no, and that's fine, but you do. You just don't know the terms. And so, as I was talking, then he was like, oh, yeah, we do that. Oh, yeah, we do that. You just don't necessarily understand the terminology.
Yeah. Got to change the vocabulary.
Yep.
Exactly. You just... Fifth grade joke, you just said do 10 times in a row. So I thought
that voodoo that you do, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, but we need that. We need developers, and what's been hot lately is web developers, HTML, CSS, but people who are good with JavaScript. That's been pretty hot lately. We can't find good JavaScript folks. We got a lot of
Which
good companies.
Still makes me laugh because Jeff, you'll remember back in the day, everybody was like, "Well, JavaScript's a coding language." No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Well, apparently now it is.
It is. Well, it's because the whole jQuery thing, those are the three temples. It's HTML, CSS3, and jQuery. I mean, if you can make a website have animation and appear to look like it's Flash animation, but not Flash. All these little technologies that are
bring back
mobile
Flash
friendly.
intros.
because that's what, like, I think that's, if I can read between the lines, that's what all these your customers are looking for, is to make all their websites mobile friendly, and all of these technologies are can be utilized on an iPhone, Android device, or whatever, without the reliance of Flash or anything else.
Well, yeah, I don't want to have an M.dot site. I don't
exactly.
want to have
it's responsiveness, all that stuff. So that's exactly.
Yeah, 100%. And sometimes they're even looking, not just be able to use a JavaScript library like a jQuery or something like that, but actually to know it, to understand it, to see what's going on.
No web developer actually knows JavaScript anymore. They all just know how to implement jQuery. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
The ones that actually do, that's your purple squirrel.
That's what that's what companies are looking for. They're in the term that's been driving me crazy lately, and our recruiters hate it. I always joke about it. They call them poly developers, but people that know more than one language. And so everybody just
poly developers.
Yeah, wow. don't repeat.
That just sounds like something on a whole nother network.
Oh, believe me, I think it's like made
or at least
up
a different
by somebody.
show.
A different show on this network. Yes, that's right.
It's made up because, believe me, it drives me crazy. I don't like it. My recruiters hate it because they go, no one classifies themselves as a poly developer. You just have developers that are maybe a little bit more.
They're well versed in multiple languages.
Well, exactly. It is. I mean, and we've had this conversation 100 times that once you get somebody who truly understands object-oriented programming.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter that they're a Java developer. You can drop them into a .NET shop, and they'll pick it up quick enough to run with it.
They should.
Yeah, and if not, then they're not really a OO developer. That is what it is. So again, so Thursday night, you've got 600 odd people wandering around looking for a gig. What do they expect when they walk up to Arrow and talk to you and your recruiters?
All right, so when you walk up to Arrow, you're going to talk to, there's probably going to be about 5 or 6 of us. Sometimes more show up. Everybody likes a free beer, so they always come. Just talk to us. Everybody, sometimes it's kind of like a matter of, it's not so much a quick job interview as it is hey, what are you looking for? What do you want to do? What type of role are you in now? What are you going to do? And then what we're going to do is going to go from there for the next stages. It's not going to be an interview. We're going to give you our cards, send us a resume, and we'll follow up from you there. And
how many people get mad that you aren't approaching them? We hear it every event.
After every event. Yeah, because you guys walk the floor. I mean,
we try to. We
had that happen at the last one at St. Andrews. And again, just to stress, this event is not at St. Andrews. It's at the Majestic.
The Majestic.
But there was a guy that was walking out at 20 after 5.
Underneath the Magic Stick, next to Garden Bowl.
Yeah, guy was walking out at 20 after 5. We're like, dude, what are you walking out for a smoke or something? And he was like, no.
No one's talking to me.
None of the recruiters are coming to talk to me, so I'm out of here.
See ya.
Later.
Wouldn't want to be a.
It works both ways. If you're a single guy, you're not going to a bar and leaving because the ladies aren't approaching you.
That's my line, thief. I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
No, it's true. No, it's true.
But it is, and so we're trying to have a good time as well. We're trying to have a couple of beers, relax, and talk to some folks. We're there to network as well, so it's not just about. It's not a one-way ticket. So you're networking, you're talking to guys, and believe me, I've never been rude to anybody that's come up to me and talked to me. And guys, how long have I been with you guys for?
Ever
7 years.
07, yeah,
since 07, I think.
And I'll talk to you. I'll tell you what I know, what I don't know, what I can do, what I can do. Now I'm not in a recruiter mode function anymore. But what I do is I always put you in touch with the recruiters.
Yep.
And now. You guys are a test of this. If you send me your resume, I put you in touch with one of my recruiters. They follow up with you. Send me your resume when I tell you to. I'm like,
well, I mean, that's what we harp on that constantly.
And
follow up and follow through is where everybody falls down.
It's kind of sad that we have to keep hammering that point home.
But it's also a good indicator, because if you don't follow up and you don't follow through, are you really going to be a good fit?
Exactly.
Well, but I mean, and so here's what we've heard from all of the recruiters, almost exclusively, hands down, that the nice thing about our events is, you're standing around with a beer in your hand, and so you're getting to see the real person who's going to show up Monday morning at the office, instead of the hi, I'm here in your office and I'm wearing my new suit that I just pulled out that I haven't worn in 4 years, and I'm going to lie my ass off because this is like a first date and yada yada yada.
Honest job interviews,
right? I mean, that's the good part of these. I mean, and that's what people need to understand, is that again, cliche because it's true. First impressions matter a lot. Be you and be okay with being you. That's the one thing that we hammer on constantly. Steve just sat here and said, they're looking for a little bit of everything. It's okay if you're just getting into IT. It's okay if you're looking to make that transition from help desk jockey to web developer. It's okay if you're looking to make that next step in your career, but you're not necessarily there from a piece of paper standpoint yet. Be honest, be open, and this is who I am, and this is where I want to be. And it comes down to guys like Steve that are honest with you, that say, okay, well, look, here's what you need to do, and then go do.
At the other end of that spectrum, you have crap recruiters that we heard this at one of our events. She said, "Yeah, I'll put you in over at this company, but I want your boss's name." So she's trying to double dip.
Yeah,
and it's like it gives the whole profession a bad rap, and it's something I know you guys are always good about.
Well, I'll help you leave, but then I want to be able to backfill you.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and looping back to what you were saying about having being yourself, you also want to find a position that fits with you. I know that it can feel like, well, I need a job right now and all that other kind of stuff, but if long term, you always need to be thinking long term, and you need to find a position that if that's the kind of person you are, whatever you're into, if you try to basically lie your ass off, you're not going to be able to stay there very long, and you're going to hurt your reputation. Just go with what works for you, and also personality fit's huge. I mean,
and
give me a personality fit with a company, somebody who's willing to learn, willing to do things, versus somebody who hits all the check boxes.
Right.
Yeah, and these conversations are not by any means final. Like the whole point of this is casual networking, right? So if you have a conversation with one of the recruiters from Arrow, that doesn't mean you can't talk to another company that's one table over, or another, whatever.
Steve might disagree.
Well, but that's the whole thing. It's like, we've actually had that conversation with a couple of people where, walk in and they think it's that job for mentality, and they talk to one company and then they leave.
Right.
Not understanding that it's casual networking environment, and they don't care because it's not finite. It's not one and done.
But I think people have been taught wrong how to get a job. Completely taught wrong. Society taught us the wrong way to get hired from day one.
Society doesn't tell you crap.
No.
You're on your own, man.
So college tells it the wrong way.
Yeah, college doesn't give people the skills they need. I was going to put a big word in there.
We should have a career counselor in as a guest.
Yes, you should.
And then destroy them.
How about a life coach? I want a life coach on the show.
Yeah. And we'll just, have their segment be like...
No.
Have their segment be the fourth segment.
Yeah, you can only come in at 10:30. No, but it's true. I mean, like how many times, whether it's the Lawrence Tech things or shifting gears or anything like that, what we take as kind of like second nature, as common sense, unfortunately is not all that common, and is not second nature to a lot of people, because they don't get it. They don't get that you have to follow through. They don't get that you have to be, open about what you actually want. I mean, and that's that whole, that whole dating corollary series of articles that are out there.
Well, no, it drives me nuts more than anything. I didn't mean to jump in.
I'm sorry, the middle of my sentence interrupted the start of yours. Yeah.
But the guys that are like, I'm so frustrated, man. I've applied online for like 300 jobs. No one's calling me, man. It's
this isn't 1998.
No, but like you're doing people are still wired that's what they have to do.
Well, I mean, that's how but in a lot of ways,
that's what they've been told to do.
That's what they've been told to do, and that's what, I know a lot of people who say their parents were always nurses and cops or something like that, and they just showed up, and then like they got out of school and they got a job and they stayed there, and like there's no DNA
and 30
in there.
Years later, they got a watch and they got a handshake and they moved on.
Right, and so there's no understanding that you're on your own, Skippy.
Yeah.
I mean, you are a solopreneur,
No, I mean it is the free agent mentality, and that's what a lot of people don't get. Just to make that, you know what? Everybody bitches about, how much money the Calvin Johnsons and the A-Rods and the Sues and all those guys of the world make, but you know what?
They bring a lot of money to the table.
Well, but if someone's dumb enough to give you that kind of money because of what your ROI is on whatever, go get it.
Shut up and take it.
But if you think about it, for most professional sports teams, the players make up half of the revenue.
Yeah.
But think about that. The owner is still getting double in revenue what they're paying those people. So in a lot of ways...
concessions.
Yeah, concessions, all that other stuff. But those people are worth that much because they're putting the butts in the seats.
Yeah. TV contract. That's what all the money is.
Oh, absolutely.
Money's not in the that's all just...
It was a joke.
Yeah, between concessions, TV, all the other stuff.
That's yacht money, is that?
Right.
Yes, it's all about how much value you bring.
Right now. You're talking about all this money.
Share it, man.
So like from an Arrow perspective, like I said, so getting back to Thursday night. Obviously, you guys will be there. You'll have a presence there. What should people expect walking up talking to you? Like, I mean, should they just be expecting a random conversation? Do they need to have? We've already kind of been, no, don't bring your resume, that kind of stuff.
No ties.
Yeah, for the love of God, no ties. But no, I mean, like, what's from your perspective as a recruiter that's been to a couple of these now? What have been some of the really glaring mistakes that people have made?
The craziest thing is when people try to be dishonest with us. We can figure it out. We read resumes online all day.
I'm a BI guy, man.
Great. What BI tool are you working with?
Right.
And they're like, "Well, no, I just did this."
I'm just a recruiter.
He's a PM with his BO.
Yes, exactly. we can see through it. So just be honest with us with what you're trying to do, what's your background, and whatever. And it doesn't have to be, again, an in-depth conversation. A lot of times people they try to pull me out of the room to have this conversation. I'm like, what are you getting at here? And I'm talking to him, going, okay, so sounds.
That's kind of what I was getting at before.
We're not swapping nuclear secrets.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
Let it be a casual conversation. There doesn't have to be an end game right there, then and now. It doesn't have to be a final. You must like me now, or if you don't like me, I'm going to move on.
Well, and we're up over 1,000 people getting jobs from our events. I'm fairly comfortable in saying that not a single one of those has happened
at the event.
One of the
right. No, it hasn't.
And we're at about 2 handshakes and 4 beers. Don't ask for much.
No.
But it's networking, right?
Yeah.
Again, it's talking to me, shooting me an request on LinkedIn, talking to me, sending me a resume. And believe me, I have a pretty decent memory. I've gotten a lot of people jobs where I've just talked to them, seen what they've done, whatever. We have a professional division, so a lot of times people that aren't directly in IT or they might be in procurement or whatever, I put them in touch with a professional group. They find them jobs, and a lot of times I find out after the fact. I'm going, oh, we're going to say,
nice.
Hey, you're welcome, recruiter over there that I just that I went out and got drunk.
How do you think we feel? How do you think we feel?
Yeah, welcome to our life. Actually, he's been.
If you do easy math and say it's 1,000 jobs,
no, we've already done that math. Just stop. No, stop.
It's like a $50 million worth of
Zipit.com
employment you guys have made happen.
STFU. I don't want to hear it.
No.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
That number always makes my head hurt. I don't want to hear that.
Are we doing yuck yuck sound drops on the show now?
Well, yeah, because I put him here. Do you want another one?
No.
Another one, Dave.
Go that way. Really
fast.
If something gets in your way, turn.
I was just making myself laugh.
Thank you, Charles DeMar. Appreciate it.
I was just making myself laugh. So, I mean, it sounds like more than anything else, it comes down to follow-up after the events.
Absolutely. 100%. I mean,
professionalism.
I give all my cards to just about everybody. Tell them, send me a resume. I'll put you in touch with somebody.
Which doesn't seem like it should be that hard to do.
But it is. I don't know what it is.
It's when people. It's the same thing that Dave deals with. People requesting access to the LinkedIn group, and will say, "Hey, what can I do for you?" And no one responds. No one responds ever. And you think you try to join a group, and if somebody asks you a question, just answer it. And they don't. I think one of the things is it's part of that whole follow up and persistency. It's wired to a sales mentality, and if you're not prone, a lot of the IT guys don't think that they're in sales, but everybody is. I don't care what you do for a living.
100%. Exactly. You're selling yourself.
Yeah, and they don't have that sales mentality because they think it's beneath them or whatever it is. But that's the whole thing. The chase, the hunt, the persistency is part of a sales mentality, and if they don't get it, then they're going to lose. So, are you still talking?
No, I was.
I didn't know.
I was answering a message from one of the wrestling guys.
Nice.
Kid Hybrid said, "For the love of God, please start." And he shot me. He's like, "Please start using these pictures instead of the crappy ones from 3 years ago that I don't like and I hate." And, well, when a professional wrestler sends you a request like that, we probably
that trumps the in-studio guest.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, guys.
It's like the ice bucket challenge. We weren't going to do it, but when a guy that lights his elbow on fire challenges you to do it,
that has a shank.
That carries a really big knife at all times. Yeah, all right, I'll pay attention. No, so Arrow Strategies.
No, back to me now.
I was.
You light your elbow on fire.
I was still listening. I do. So Arrow Strategies. Everything you guys
was not listening.
Do I need to recount it for you? Everything you do is out at arrowstrategies.com.
Correct.
And you'll be there Thursday night, and you've got jobs posted, a little bit about the company, all that fun stuff out there on the site. How do people find you if they want to?
I'm on LinkedIn. I don't know if you'd want to follow me on Twitter, but sure, I'm there. No, I'm not that good. Not that interesting anymore. But LinkedIn, I'm there for sure.
Got married, it's all over.
Yeah.
And he's tamed.
Yeah, sorry, guys. But find me on LinkedIn for sure. I think it's...
Oh, we'll have the link out there.
Gore, yeah.
Steve Gore, yeah.
Yeah,
it should be easy.
LinkedIn makes it so easy to find and follow people and their usability is just fantastic.
So it's easy enough there. But look for me there. I'm at just about every event. If I miss one, it's literally either because it's on the other side of town and I forgot, or I'm just out of town. So, which is very rare. So I'm there. Talk to me. Anybody that knows me knows I'll get you a beer. We'll hang out, have a good time, and I feel like I'm a pretty easy guy to talk to.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if I'm crazy on it.
We wouldn't have kept you around this long if you didn't.
No? All right. That's good.
He would have fed you to a wrestler.
That lights his elbow on fire.
Right. Exactly.
With a shank.
So we'll be back with the ever famous, infamous segment 4. Until then, this is the IT in the D Show.
We'll be right back.
IT in the D. Read, meet, listen. Networking Detroit. One beer at a time. This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
All right, we're back. Segment 4, episode 58 of the IT in the D Show. We're here in the Raw Radio X studios in the Russell Industrial Center. Whee! Beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. This is Bob the Sales Guy here with Dave the Geek, Jeff the Voice of Reason, Steve Gore from Arrow Strategies.
Jeremiah is somewhere.
Find us at itinthed.com, Facebook/itinthed. Twitter, hashtag IT.
Twitter. There's no hashtag. Just stop with the hashtag.
This show is brought to you by Logicalis and Quantum Storage.
They are us.logicalis.com and quantum.com.
And we're sipping on Falling Down beer, which is delicious.
We are.
We have the Angry Beaver, and what was the third one, Dave?
We started with
that was the first one
cluster.
Yes,
which is the cream ale.
Cream ale.
Then we moved on to the Angry Beaver,
right?
Which is the High Test Dark. And then pending, I believe, is the Suburban Home.
It's already open.
Which is the super strong IPA. Oh. Yay for our drive home.
Yeah, so it's actually stronger than the Angry Beaver.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we have Valentine whiskey in the studio.
Wee.
And good friends of ours. So yeah, good times.
Love those guys. So where do we go from here?
Is there anything else on the list that we didn't get to in the first segment? Because there was a couple of goodies in there.
Well, there is the 3D printed car that we didn't get to.
Yeah.
Which was intriguing.
It kind of changes everything.
Well,
as if the 3D printed gun didn't already change everything.
Right.
Now you can have a 3D printed drive-by.
No, the entire
made it what
in your 3D printed car,
days?
Right?
44 days.
You can do a 3D printed drive-by now.
I'm telling you, this is net.
What's the point?
Did I not just say that?
7-second delay.
What do you mean?
I literally just said that. I literally just said that. But this is not going to be a thing until you can 3D print a 3D printer. I'm sorry. It's not,
very meta.
Steve, what do you mean? What's the point?
So I saw someone on like Reddit or something the other day. They printed out a costume. It was like a cosplay costume. I know that's redundant. I apologize. It was
a cosplay costume?
Yes. But it was all done in 3D printing, and someone was like, well, what'd that cost? Like, the 3D print was like $3,000 to 3D print. So what did the 3D car cost? Well,
I didn't see. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Once it gets to be the point where it's price where
competitive.
It's price competitive, it completely is going to change the entire globe as we know it.
Okay,
like
so,
overnight.
So getting back to the car thing real quick, was it like a Flintstones car where your feet are at the bottom and you can push it along, or was it actually
legit,
like a
legit
It's a car? And it drove.
So like with a transmission and like it had to take gas?
Rudimentary. I mean, and it survived for like 45 odd days, and then it died because parts started falling apart and that kind of stuff. But
you can 3D print more.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I've seen houses done in 24 hours. They
3D print a house?
Yeah, they were doing cinder blocks and the whole nine.
Made out of what?
Well, and they've also got the small house movement's using this too to create different homes where you basically have all your pieces and they just like lock together.
Okay, well, hold on a sec. Like when we had Mike in here a while back
we're
talking
building
about this
houses
stuff.
out of Legos.
No, wait a minute. Like if
basically,
if you have the material, like if you're building a house with a 3D printer and you have the material to make if I have the material already, why do I need to 3D print it?
If I have chocolate, why am I printing chocolate?
Exactly.
But I think it's more about the prefab and the plan. So it's like in a couple
the interlocking
of days
pieces and getting it to fit
once again
just right and have the right consistency of materials and all those other things, so that the rest of us can do it. And you don't really need like a carpenter or a builder.
All right, so you're telling me like if a builder is building a house and they buy a plot of land, they're going to show up with a 3D printer as opposed to
a builder. No, that's not where we're at yet with this.
Basically, right now,
no more cement guys, no
more cement guys, no more Teamsters, no more
right now
carpenters.
we're at little houses in Japan.
This is 1970. We're talking about the personal computer.
Yeah,
this is really what the conversation is. And if anyone thinks otherwise, they're
no, I get it. Why would anyone need more than 640K memory?
32K RAM.
Yeah, I get it. I totally understand that.
Why would we need a computer in everybody's house?
I totally understand that conversation.
It's amazing how many buildings.
But you know what? I'm comfortable in my argument of if you have chocolate, why do I need to?
But this goes into the whole prefab market, right? Like a bunch of the new garages downtown, all prefab. Like so much construction.
General Steel, man. That's yeah. Jeff, think about just tools. If you could make tools. Like you never have to go to Harvard for anything.
Never having to wash a dish in your house again. Why? Because you print more dishes.
All right. So where does all the dishes go that you just got done
eat them?
We don't worry about landfill.
Eat them.
Because there's Bob.
Because
with his Uber dropped off.
Because you print them.
Fago.
Honey, you didn't finish your vegetables. Wait, I'm going to eat my plate instead.
Because you print them with chocolate.
Make it out of.
And he's eating his chocolate plate after he has a Slim Jim.
No, make it out
feed your kids vegetables on a chocolate plate.
Right.
Or make it out like the church bread paper, whatever the heck that stuff is they give you at communion. Make it out of communion wafers.
This is the body of Jesus, and
I'm just going to move away from Bob as it's struck by lightning. Church bread paper. The Eucharist is now church bread paper. Mark that down.
I forget. So I mean, there was
church bread.
There was the next guest needs to be like a monk or somebody.
The whole debacle that went on down here with the whole goat sacrifice. That everybody was freaking out about Satanists moving in.
They sacrifice a goat at roast and they call it the beast of the day. They do it here.
Exactly.
It's evil.
Well, my first note was to Bob, which was, can we open, like, let's just ride this wave. Let's open a Satanist themed bar called Beelzebub. and just have a great time with it. But then my second one, like, people were like, oh, Satanist. And I'm like, really? Like, your thinly veiled cannibalism of Catholicism, take, eat, this is of my body, is really that much better? Yeah. You just have better hats and wine.
I don't know about the better hats. Maybe the robes.
So 3D printers.
No, I mean, it is. I mean, it's one of those things that is slowly but surely going to revolutionize the way that we think of this stuff.
The car one, and see, here's the thing. The car one, I think there's too many moving parts, too much heat.
Yeah.
There needs to be like some sort of like a metal alloy, and someone will come out with it.
Liquid alloy.
Exactly, like Terminator 2. Like it'll come out with like that material.
And I think it'll be in like parts. So like a reliable engine that you could just drop in there.
And I don't want it to self-drive either. I want to drive this son of a bitch. I don't just.
Well, so this goes back to my whole thing about like the stamping plants. Like for the automobile industry, like they have these massive assembly plants and they have these massive stamping plants with these machines that stamp. No, hear me out. They have these massive machines that stamp the metal to form the body molds for cars. Where are the machines that make those massive machines for the stamping plants? Like, how far back meta does it go? I know it's kind of a joke, but the machines that make the machines, how big are, like, How far back do you go? Like, where the hell are they making those machines that make the machines that stamp the plants?
My buddy works for a company that makes the machines that stamps
that
the
do
parts.
all that stuff,
yeah.
right?
Each one's like $10 million, and they have fabricating plants like in Europe, and they ship it over. And
but honestly, like this whole chicken,
it's like an 18-month process. It's a sales cycle nightmare. But he's in that business.
Right. So like, getting it back to the whole 3D
the tool
printing
and die
thing.
shops, man. Like my whole family worked at tool and die shops. Those big, huge,
massive machines.
Yeah, that just stamps out parts. So there's somebody selling those.
Somebody's selling those massive machines.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where are those actually manufactured? Like, once they're manufactured, like, are they good for like 100 years?
Pretty much.
Yeah, they've got
much.
a life cycle. I mean, they're just like any other. The machinery breaks down. I mean, well, look at. I mean, my father-in-law was a millwright. At Chrysler forever. Why? Because they had those giant stamping machines.
And they're not going anywhere.
Well, but they break. And so it was, his job was either A, fixing it with the parts that were available, or B, creating a part that would fix it.
Okay, so like 5, 10, 15 years from now, replacing those are going to be massive 3D printer type machines that produce that type of material.
See, that's the Uber concierge service is going to be replaced by
fed
the.
in.
Well, maybe
replaced by the 3D
no.
printer.
I mean, look at it from a smaller perspective. So instead of, it's like father-in-law, instead of him having to go find a welder and a metal guy and yada yada to kind of fabricate some part, now you reach over, you hit the 3D printer, hey, I need part 317824B-A. Come back 3 hours later and it's done.
The Star Trek replicator thing.
Right.
The whole technology there.
I want someone to make a 3D printed sandwich, and then I'll buy one.
Why? How would it be? Because I don't want to feed ham into my printer.
Never ask how the sausage is made.
What if it's really good ham?
Right, yeah. You never find out what happens in a Chinese kitchen.
So like the Slim Jims, we can make them in the 3D printer. Then we don't have to go to the store.
I'm not
probably
convinced.
never noticed the difference.
I'm pretty sure the Slim Jims are basically 3D printed at this point. I mean, considering they're extruded.
What was the ingredient? What was the ingredient that Vittorio was like appalled? Was it mechanically separated chicken?
That's the most actual thing in those things. Everything else is what you should be worried about, not the actual chicken.
I'm not worried about any of it because it's tasty.
I cannot taste chicken in that. If you
no,
my life depended on it.
Yeah, exactly. Of all the things that does not
slim,
taste like chicken.
It's not slim chicken.
Actually, this has beef, pork, and chicken.
It's the mystery meat.
Textured soy flour.
That was one of my favorite conversations I ever had at a restaurant. And when you go to Polish restaurants in Hamtramck and you get the pierogies, it's like potato, cheese, sauerkraut, and meat. And I'm like, I guess the waitress like, can you define? It's a loose term. Can you define what meat is? Like which meat?
No.
What'd she say?
I think it was like a beef, pork, chicken blend or something. Like,
she says, I'll get back to you, and she never did.
It was Slim Jim.
And I said,
basically, it's Slim Jim.
I'll take the potato.
So, Jeremiah, what's going on around Detroit that we don't know about, man?
We're definitely getting... This week is crazy in conference season.
Yeah.
We've got NUCO coming up, which you had the guest on there a couple weeks ago.
I'll be
really
there.
looking for... You will be. Excellent. We're really looking forward to that. We've got Techonomy that is kicking off tomorrow, I want to say. And then also we have the Cranes Homecoming going on right now, where we have like 150 expats who are basically coming back to Detroit to be shown stuff in this invite-only thing that Cranes is doing. It's a big hullabaloo for them. So it's like this whole thing all at once.
So an interesting week.
Yeah. I saw the reactions over there, guys.
Techonomy didn't impress us. NUCO, we're hoping, does well this time around.
We only could have hinted 3,700 different ways, like, why isn't our logo in that? Why aren't you having your after party with us? Why are you,
doing this? Yeah.
I bet you over and under on people from NUCO that show up to our event, I'll set it
4.
at 2.
2.
Yeah, I'll set it at 2. I'll take the under.
Well, I mean, and that's sort of like it's that it's like that last bastion of semi-warm weather to get a bunch of those things before we get into like the winter like party season. Because pretty much once you start getting to October, before the holidays, it's going to get
winter. Snowmobiles, slow roll with snowmobiles, and we'll do it. Snow
roll,
snow roll.
Snowroll.com. Get it.
No, I'm going .co.
.co.
Is there a .snowmobile?
I'm sure there is. There can be.
Is there a .snowmobile?
The other thing that was
For
interesting...
$180,000, you could propose that TLD.
Something came out on the Newswire this morning that I think was interesting because you guys have talked about these kind of things before, was basically the idea of Detroit not only being an immigration-friendly place. In fact, there was an announcement with the mayor this morning around making it a welcoming city for immigrants, which ties into some of the things that Governor Snyder's currently doing. And then we had Steve Forbes at lunchtime, which is an event I was at, talk about how Detroit should be a tax-free enterprise zone.
The entire city?
The entire city.
Yeah, that won't fly.
That's a brilliant idea because completely eliminate your tax base. That's awesome.
Yeah, the fire department already can't afford a 911 system, so now they're going to eliminate that.
Does he know everything? He's Steve Forbes. Sarcasm dripping.
That's what he said.
We also wanted to bring us back to the gold standard.
Good.
That would be a bad idea.
Do it.
Yeah, well, that's fine. But we're not going to get into politics here.
So those are two things.
So getting back to Jeremiah, getting back to the conference thing,
Snowroll.com's
is the whole conference circuit getting saturated, like in the Metro Detroit area? Like, there's so many different.
Well, there was none. Now there's all of them.
And now all of a sudden, and it's not all just here at the end of the year. It's like, oh my gosh, there's another talk. There's another TEDx. There's another this. There's another whatever. Is it just getting saturated with?
Well, I feel like there's a lot of. I think there is more room for conferences, but not necessarily all of them doing the same damn thing.
Knock off the $400 entry ticket.
Yeah, for crying
out loud. This is not the coast.
It's like. Yeah, you don't need to charge $400 for someone to show. Like, where is that money going?
No, it's going to their pockets.
There was a really good post that you guys put up there about the seagull effect.
Yes.
Where people just fly in, drop their stuff.
Please do not feed the seagulls.
You know, and that's the thing is that there's never action. As a resident myself, I feel like there's never any action out of these things. It's like, oh, we show up, it's great, we networked, we did something, we feel good, thanks for your money, and we're out. Yeah, exactly. Where it's like, yeah, I got people like my zip code's 50% functionally illiterate. We got to fix that problem.
What's the to do exactly? What's the agenda? What are they trying to accomplish? If there's none of that.
Right, as much as you guys...
Why am I paying you $400?
Well, as much as you guys make fun of Chambers, rightfully so...
No, it's a giant circle jerk. There's nothing more, nothing less.
Right, well, and as much as you guys make fun of Chambers, rightfully so, but, like, the Mackinac Conference I actually appreciated because there was an agenda, there were talking points, and then there were, these are the things that we are going to do afterward. And then we're going to come back. And it's hilariously the best one I've seen because they actually... came up with an action plan.
Well, they had a purpose and an agenda, and they were trying to solve problems.
Well, you're dealing with real power brokers up there.
Guys, isn't that the bare bones of any sales call? Have an agenda, have action items, follow up.
Yep.
It's 101.
Yep.
Well, we have to transition Detroit from feeling good about turning around to doing the work of turning around beyond Don Gilbert, which is one of the best Facebook pages ever. That's hilarious. But that transition to, okay, we're here, that's great, I'm glad you're drinking your latte, but let's get in there and make some change into these neighborhoods.
We need more gluten-free muffin shops. That will save the city.
You should talk to Hatch Detroit about that.
I'm sure they have 50 submissions.
Gluten-free soup. Is there a gluten-free soup place?
But how do you, I guess here's the thing, how do you... How do you fix that trend that's going on right now?
Honestly, I think some of it's age. I think some of it's just time. I mean, you're one point in your life when you're 22, 24, moving into whatever. You've got different things. As you start to get older, I think part of it is just... part of it's going to have to be fixed with time when people realize that, hey, you know what? If I'm going to put down roots here, I have to be active in it beyond just like, wee, Detroit.
It's actually about results, not the intent.
Well, yeah. If you want to make it go, and there's been, and it's interesting because I've been talking to a lot of Detroit-based businesses who have the sheens worn off of the Detroit thing, and they realize, oh crap, I need to start making money, and they've had to pivot their businesses.
We need money.
Businesses, and then when they do, there's this cadre. I know, I said it just for you, Dave. But there's the cynical cadre, which actually Jack White talked about in Yahoo Music today. About once you hit a little level of success, it's like, well, why are you being successful and what are you doing with this? And it's like, no, success is a good thing. In order to be able to do more good, you need to be able to do well. Because if you're broke, you can't give away money, right?
Right. Exactly. Thank you. You need that. If you're a business owner, you have to have a profit before you can be charitable.
And I think that tipping point is really starting to happen when we get past, like, I feel like Detroit needs this. No, how about, do people actually buy it here? Has this been a market that's been the reason why we don't have lots of retail shops in Detroit is because of Amazon. I don't really think it's about Detroit. I think it's because everybody just buys their stuff online.
Yeah. And then you go to Bucharest Grill. They have 100 square feet of space.
And they knock it out of the park.
You're right, but then there's a line around the building.
Yeah.
You can't get in. And there's retail space everywhere in that damn town. It's like, you're the one that succeeded, and you got 14 cooks sitting in 50 square feet. It's like, I don't get it.
But on the other side, like
hipsters, that's
I
what it
heard,
is.
by the way, that they're putting up a wall.
That was legit. The bartender says he's putting a wall up, and I thought he was joking.
So did I.
They're going to separate out
between them and Park?
Yeah.
Between them and Park? Why? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Because they take over Park.
And then they're going to get
That's the whole point of that whole setup.
They're going to get a legit wait
You go
staff,
get the
though.
sandwich from Bucharest
I
and
want my shawarma, and then I want a beer.
That's-
and then I'm,
They're getting a
then
legit
Park's gonna be dead,
wait
but it's
staff.
gonna destroy Park
legit
Bar.
Wait strap. Wait, no, they're supposed to get in wait staff there, so it'll be fine. But they're putting up the wall so that way the carryout line doesn't go into the park.
Oh, so you can still take your sandwich into the park to eat it.
Well, if they were
But you
smart,
can
they would
still
go
sit
on
in the park,
Woodward.
have a
They
beer,
would go on
and
Woodward
get-
across from Compy where they would triple their business.
Yeah, they were right there because absolutely, I agree completely. Because that would be a much better location.
Put it next to that.
Heck, open up another location right there. They'd both do fine. There's like 15 subways downtown.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're in.
Put it next to the What Cafe, that real cool breakfast place I like. It's right on Woodward, right across from CompuWare.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. It's good.
Lafayette?
No,
not Lafayette.
That's my favorite.
Hudson Cafe.
Hudson. Yeah. That's a great. Put it there.
But the other side of it is that downtown Detroit's really messed up in its layout, and that there actually aren't a lot of retail spaces like right next to each other. So it's hard to create the density that you have in other places because you've got so many open, like, oh, here's a parking lot, or here's a building with absolutely no street-facing retail. That was nice, Bob. That's well done.
What was that?
Do you need
good out, Bob.
Do you need a napkin?
That was so good. That was so good.
Compliments of Falling Down Beer Company.
And this is the best compliment that Bob ever paid. Falling Down is like, you know what? The problem with most microbrews is that I can't burp after I drink it. He looked Mark down the eye and he's like, dude, you have good burp beer.
Should put that in their marketing papers.
Look, Bob's smiling face right there.
Pretty much,
burp beer.
Pretty much.
Is this show over yet?
We're getting close.
I feel like we hit the.
So I guess
Are we literally done talking about stuff? This has actually never happened before.
Trust me, we could go if we wanted to.
There's nothing else on the list.
Oh no, there's.
What are you doing? You stop multitasking. Put the phone down.
No, one of us has to pay attention.
He's talking to wrestlers. This is our show.
I'm tagging us here because we never did. You jackwads. You, Captain Twitter, Facebook, whatever, that's supposed to be paying attention to this shit. You never did. Anyway.
Do that in your smoke break time.
Your face.
So there's Married with Children is apparently getting a spinoff.
Why? Who cares?
Because it's apparently Bud David Faustino needs a job.
How old would 7 be right now?
Does he still have a uni-ass?
What?
Wasn't he the guy who had like the unified ass?
What the hell's a unified ass?
Are you still talking?
I have no idea.
I think
that was like the joke back in Married with Children's Day. Married with Children's.
You're going deep, I think.
I think we should just end the show on that.
Yeah, on the unified ass.
Speaking of unified asses, it's the end of the show.
Right. No, and actually, so here's one, and there was a story in the New York Times today, and Mark was actually asking about this, Big Mark, or not so Big Mark, I guess we should start calling him now, was about, why can't there be something that keeps phones from, texting or receiving text or something once they hit a certain speed limit? And the thing about this article is the same thing I was saying was, okay, well, how do you differentiate between driver of car and passengers in car?
Right.
And it's one of those things where I get it. Texting and driving is bad, and it's something that you really shouldn't do. But you
would turn off the GPS. That's
you
all
can't
you do.
always necessarily.
Well, you can't do that because the proximity is too close. Like you can't. The GPS can't distinguish, or at least the civilian
turn
version
off
of it.
GPS, and then you get to text when you're driving 100 miles an hour, like I do.
As he's texting. right now.
Well, no, and that's actually true because I swear, like if it became physically impossible to A, get texts, or B, like send and receive emails while you were driving, Bob would not know how to drive.
My road trips would suck.
I have never, like, the scariest drives in my life are like when I go meet him at his place and then we hop in his car and head out to Lansing to hit one of these MEDC things, because you would think that, like, you know, we'll sit there and bullshit or whatever it is that we do. No. 9 times.
Neither of you are talking.
No, it's Bob's on his phone, like sending emails, getting texts, yada yada yada, answering work. And I'm like,
doing 120 miles an hour down 69.
How are we not dead? Constantly. So yeah, I get it. It's a problem, but I don't think that we're there yet. You know, unless there's something like in a driver's seat that you can put like a cone of silence on or something like that.
Well, like steering wheel.
Well, I mean, like cars have
steering wheel.
Cars have sensors in the passenger seat to turn off the passenger airbag, right?
Right.
So I mean, it would have to be something similar to that, obviously. But I don't know how you would differentiate between, like, to your point, there's no way a phone could say, "Yep, you're 2 feet to the left. Yep, you're 2 feet to the right."
Yeah, because otherwise I'm the driver and I just have to reach my right arm out.
Yeah, it's like, here, Jeremiah, send this for me. You know?
Yeah. All right, so I guess we'll do a quick recap. So we're at itandthed.com, facebook.com/itandthed, Twitter, we're at itandthed.
We are itandthed. You are not.
Yes.
You are not. Will never be.
Stop it. Just stop it. So, yeah.
Our event Thursday night is The Majestic. Starts at 5 o'clock. We say this every time. You don't need to get there early, but I know some of you will show up at 4:30.
I will be there at 4:30.
Which means
the drinks are very affordable.
Which means we have to be there at 3.
Right. We will. We'll have Falling Down and Valentine there, flowing, and life will be good. And yeah, we still have to figure out. Well, October will be back at the Blackfin.
Oh, cool.
And then we have to figure out November and December still.
Yeah, we haven't figured. I was just gonna, because I was putting those in my calendar. I'm like, where are we at? End of the year.
So Thursday night, Majestic, and then Steve will be there Thursday night. Everything that Arrow Strategies does is out at arrowstrategies.com. Their links are all over our site, all of our recent posts. It'll be in the recap tomorrow. Anything we missed?
No.
Okay, well, thanks for playing.
This is the itandthed show.
Thanks for listening.
Beat it.
See it.
The emergency destruct system is now activated.
Look out! Blast!
What? Don't move! Stay where you are!
Long live Flash! You've saved your life. Have a nice day.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name?
Murphy.
Make the run. The run.
Game over, man. It's game over.
It's over, Johnny. It's over.
Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off. Yo! Hold up! Time out! Time out! Y'all take a chill. You need to cool that shit out. And that's the double truth. Ruth.
I hope this was as much fun for you as it was for me.
How much scotch did you drink that night, by the way?
Half a bottle.
Okay, then shut the hell up.
You're in your underwear. I'm in my underwear. Here, let's hang out.
No, I'm sorry, honey. I have a headache.
I definitely want to see Bob in his underwear. That's a fact.
Bear me.
Why would, like, Buick put their cars next to, like, the Bentleys? Like, why? That's not marketing.
The alphabet.
It's brilliant.
Because you're getting your 8-track tuned up.
Are we at a break yet?
I may have to wipe the geek off.
I can't say no, and I don't really want to.
Well, especially with the back doors open.
We just lost our clean tag on iTunes.
So you have no boots.
No.
You have no gloves.
No.
You have no hat.
No.
You have no scarf.
No.
You have no scraper.
No.
How long have you lived in Michigan?
All my life.
You, sir, are an idiot.
I don't care.
When are we going to talk about me?
Jane, you ignorant slut.
This is the ladies' man.
Guess Captain Soundboard doesn't know how to run the soundboard.
Shut up. Stop talking.
You're so white right now.
I'm the whitest guy in the room. Just explain it to me.
I love this city.
I was banging on the way.
Really? Should we talk about this? Tag team. Should I keep going or should I stop?
Hell yeah.
Can I just say, it's been great being on a show that talks about Mickey Rooney dying for 20 seconds and then poop for 10 minutes.
You're not very informative, but wow, are you entertaining.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.